Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for March 4th. March 4th is the 63rd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 64th in leap years, with 302 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is anachronism. Anachronism is a noun that means something that's in the wrong time. This could be an error in chronology, a person or a thing that is chronologically out of place, particularly one from a former age that is incongruous in the present, or the state or condition of being chronologically out of place. One example is in Shakespeare's play, Julius Caesar, when Cassius says, "The clock hath stricken 3," except that mechanical clocks had not been invented yet in Julius Caesar's day. A mechanical clock that could strike 3 in the time of Julius Caesar is an anachronism. There's a meme out there purporting to be a quote by Abraham Lincoln where he says, "Don't believe everything you see on the internet," or something to that effect. Any reference to the internet in Lincoln's time would definitely be an anachronism. Time travel movies like the Bill and Ted movies or the Back to the Future movies are full of anachronisms. Examples of anachronism can be something from the future appearing in the current time, or something from the current time appearing far enough in the past that it hadn't been invented yet. The word anachronism comes from Greek words chronos, which means time, with the prefix ana, which means up, back, or again, and the suffix ism, indicating the state of being, whatever the rest of the word is. There were other words, parachronism, that meant chronological error in which a date is set later than is correct, and metachronism, which means an error in chronology where the event is placed after its real date. The word parachronism and metachronism are not currently in use at this time, but anachronism sure is. Interesting concept, isn't it? First known use of the word anachronism is 1617, anachronism. Today's word anachronism was suggested by Odyssey viewer Easy9. Thanks, Easy9. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, this is the birthday of Italian composer Antonio Vivaldi, born March 4th, 1678, in Venice, Italy. He's a great example of a case where all the puzzle pieces of one's life come together. He began studying for the priesthood when he was 15, was ordained at the age of 25, but was given a dispensation so that he would not be required to lead masses due to a health problem. Not much in the way of documentation about the exact health problem, but it is reasonable to assume from the clues that we have that it was likely he was an asthmatic. Many of his compositions were written for the all-female ensemble at a convent/orphanage/music school in Venice called the Ospedale della Pietà. Vivaldi was a significant influence in the Baroque period. He passed away in 1741 at the age of 63. Antonio Vivaldi. Now, back in the early days of the United States, as the Founding Fathers were trying to get things pulled together, they established a governing body called the Congress of the Confederation, or the Confederation Congress. That was established in 1781, and of course it's entirely different from the Confederate States of America, or the Confederacy, which had to do with the war between the states, commonly known as the Civil War. Nothing to do with that at all. The first Congress of Confederation, though, was established in the 1780s, and they did a lot of things over the next 8 years. One of the things they did was to write the document we now know as the Constitution. A lot of work went into that, and on March 4th, 1789, the first Congress of the United States met in New York City, putting the United States Constitution into effect. On March 4th, 1791, Vermont was admitted as the 14th state of the United States. Vermont is in the part of the country known as New England. Montpelier is its capital, and its largest city is Burlington. It's ranked 49th in population, 30th in population density. Vermont is the 6th smallest state by land area. Vermont's nickname is the Green Mountain State, which makes sense since the name Vermont means Green Mountain. People from Vermont are called Vermonters. Vermont's motto is freedom and unity, and there's also a motto in Latin that translates to may the 14th star shine bright. Vermont's state bird is the hermit thrush, the state flower is the red clover, the state tree is the sugar maple. Vermont's state mammal is the Morgan horse. State insect is the western honeybee. Vermont holds the honor of being the largest producer of true maple syrup in the United States for over 200 years. And for those who love winter sports are a big part of Vermont tourism. Besides that, there are several themed festivals and concerts throughout the year in Vermont. Bordered on Vermont's west, Lake Champlain is something of a phenomenon. I recommend the ferry that runs between New York and Vermont. We took the one between Port Kent, New York, and Burlington. Happy Statehood Day, Vermont. Now, in case you're curious as to what I might have talked about in a previous episode, I'll leave a link to one of those for you in the description. Vivaldi was an innovator in composition and orchestration, but after his death, his work faded from the limelight. One might say his work was rediscovered in the early 1900s and deeply researched at that time, and I'm pleased to see that he and his work have not faded into oblivion as they almost did. He has so many compositions to his credit, hundreds of works, hundreds of them. He's likely best known for his set of concerti called the Four Seasons. Each season is about 9 to 12 minutes in length, and I was unable to choose between them, so the link that I have for you about that is a concert of the Four Seasons, all four seasons, as performed by the Orchestra Reino d'Aragon. Let me know which of Vivaldi's Four Seasons is your favorite. The Four Seasons by Vivaldi. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.